Hi to the Ho Drinkerinos. It's another episode of the Idaho Booze Podcast with me, Steve Kuntz. On this episode, we're going to shorten things up a little bit, get you up and going with some Friday night pints. We have some new beers that we found out in the wild that I think you'll enjoy. Also, a new brewery came to town this week. What to expect from Templin's Family Brewing out of Salt Lake City. And we're talking wine book, my wine book specifically, and the journey to Idaho wine that I'm working on that I think you guys would really love to join me on. We're going to talk some more about that and more on today's podcast. It's the Idaho Booze Podcast with me, Steve Kuntz. It's time for the Warren Reserve Cocktail of the Week. This week's cocktail comes to us from Broma. This is a website, bromabakery.com, and this is called the Ginger Rogers Cocktail. This one involves a little bit more work on your part, so I'm sorry about that. So you're going to make yourself a ginger syrup. Now, this is really easy. We've talked about making syrups in the past. You want to do a 1-to-1 ratio, so however much you want to make. I say for this cocktail, I don't know how much ginger syrup you use around the house, so maybe make a quarter cup. That might work for you. So you do a quarter cup of sugar, quarter cup of water, and then you get a tablespoon of fresh ginger. Now, what I like to do is I like to go to Trader Joe's and buy those cubes of ginger. So go ahead and throw one of those cubes in there, and then you go ahead and boil that for a second. Then you turn it down onto low, let it simmer for like 5 minutes, and boom, you've got your syrup. So you take that syrup. You're going to make the cocktail now. We're going to go ahead and put our glass in the freezer to start things out. We want a frozen glass. That's the way to do it. You get 1 ounce of ginger syrup that you just made, 2 ounces of grapefruit juice, 1 ounce lemon juice, 1.5 ounces of gin, and 2 ounces of soda water. You're going to put in a little secret ingredient here, and that is 2 dashes of Warren Reserve ginger root bitters. Ooh, these bitters are so good, and they add a nice punch of ginger. They're really tasty. You're going to love it. So 2 dashes of that ginger root bitters from Warren Reserve. So you're going to combine all that, 1/2 ounce of ginger syrup, grapefruit juice, lemon juice, and the gin, and you're going to shake that until it's very cold, very, very cold. Then you're going to pour that soda water that you have into a Collins glass. That's like a long, thin glass. You can really use any glass. It doesn't matter. You go ahead and pour that in a glass over ice, your frozen glass. You pour in the cocktail ingredients, stir it around a little bit, and then garnish that with some rosemary, and boom, it's the Ginger Rogers. You are now walking on air. Is that her? I think that is her. Anyway, that is the Warren Reserve Cocktail of the Week. To get your ginger root bitters, go to warrenreserve.com. Use my promo code IdahoBooze25 at checkout. Save yourself 15% on this purchase and any other one you want to do. You can use that promo code as many times as you want, I feel like. So as long as you spend $40 or more, you're getting 15% off your purchase. IdahoBooze25 at warrenreserve.com. It really is the best way to help out the show. This has been this week's Warren Reserve Cocktail of the Week, the Ginger Rogers. Ready to amp up your summer cocktail program? Just add a dash of Warren Reserve ginger root bitters to your favorite cocktail and let the magic of pure ginger root transform your boring drink into an amazing summer refresher. Warren Reserve ginger root bitters are made with fresh ginger root, so the flavor you're getting is pure ginger. Use these bitters to add tons of flavor to any mule, Moscow, or otherwise, or add them to a margarita for a little spice. Get your ginger root bitters or any delicious Warren Reserve bitters or syrups at warrenreserve.com. Use my promo code IdahoBooze25 at checkout. Save 15% on your next purchase. Add a blast of flavor to your summer cocktails with Warren Reserve Ginger Root Bitters. Welcome back to the Idaho Booze Podcast. I'm Steve Kuntz, and we have a new brewery in town coming to us all the way from Salt Lake City, Idaho. It is TF Brewing, or Templin Family Brewing. Now, Templin's has been known for quite some time down in Salt Lake. I think they've been around for, I want to say about 8 years, something like that, 6, 7, 8 years. And they are known quite simply right now, I would say, as the best brewery in Salt Lake. And I don't think I am too far wrong on that one. I think actually I'm pretty right. So Kevin Templin used to be the head brewer and part owner at Red Rock Brewing, where he brewed amazing beers, won tons of awards, and really didn't get to, in his words, I interviewed him a few years ago when he started the brewery, and really didn't get to do what he wanted to do, which was mainly a lot of barrel-aged stuff. He wanted to do a lot of like sour stuff and, things that were a little bit more sort of his style of brewing. He did get to make some pretty nice IPAs. He made Helifino, which is a really, or Elefino, which is a really, really, really good IPA if you can find that. Really tasty beer. And he made a bunch of other beers that were really good. Bobcat. He made the Dandelion beer, which the name I can't remember. It's like some French word. And he made a bunch of other beers. Anyway, so he split with Red Rock whenever he did that. I want to say 2017 or 18, something like that. And created TF Brewing in kind of a weird area of town of Salt Lake. It was next to this tire place. It's kind of down Third West, under the freeway a little bit. So it was weird when he did it, but now, not surprisingly, now that neighborhood has transformed and it's very nice, and there's a bunch of cool stuff there now, because that's what breweries do, people. That's what we do. So for all you brewery haters out there, just know that's how breweries operate. They come in, they fix the neighborhood, they make it all better, and then the breweries get screwed because the parking gets taken up and everything else. But, you know, that's what you have to do sometime if you're going to be a trailblazer. Sometimes the trail blazes you. Anyway, TF Brewing, they have this beer. So every brewery that comes out needs something that's like their big seller, right? So he can do all the fun little lagers and stuff that he loves to do. Well, Ferda would be that beer, and that beer is on tap here in Boise, not on tap in Utah anywhere, because it's 8 point something percent, and it is a fantastic double IPA. If you like IPA and you like double IPA in particular, then you need to go seek out Ferda. It is, I mean, it's fucking delicious. It's got all sorts of pine. It's got all sorts of grapefruit and citrus. And then just this like very slightly light, like really, really light malt backbone, despite being right up there in the 8% range. So it's not super malty. It's all hop forward. Kevin does a really nice job of layering hop flavors. So what do I mean by this? That means that he doesn't just put them in, you know, like when we would get out our home brewing book and you put the hops in at 5 minutes and 10 minutes and, you know, 1 minute or whatever, 60 minutes, I guess, 60 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, whatever it is. He doesn't do that. He threw that book out a long time ago. He layers hop flavors by putting hops in at different times during the boil, at different times during the mash, at different times during post-boil, at different times during fermentation. He is a mad scientist with hop additions. He really is. His hazy IPAs can only be described as like almost transcendent in the way that they taste, because they have this like base flavor. You get like this base kind of that, you know, if you've had a hazy IPA, you know what I'm talking about. It's like kind of that oaty, gluten-y kind of flavor. So there's that base flavor, but then he has all of these like passion fruit and tropical fruits and pineapple and mango. Like he works with these hops in a way that I don't think a lot of brewers really do. I mean, there's a few out there that are really good at this. Like some of those hazy brewers, you know, Great Notion comes to mind, Revision. Some breweries like that do a really nice job with this. But TF, he just does something different with them. So his hazies are always really super good. And you can tell they're going to be good because they're expensive. I mean, when you go to buy them, they're going to be like $7 a can. And in Utah, you get screwed on beer. Let's be fair to Utah for a second. You get screwed on beer. You get screwed like royally. It's really expensive. 6-pack of beer there is $20. A 12-pack is typically $35 to $40. You can't buy them in a pack. You have to buy them one beer at a time. I'm talking about real beer, not 4 and 5% beer at the grocery store. I'm talking about real beer. At the grocery store, it's okay. It's the same as here, but they're only 5%, so you don't get anything over that. Anyway, TF, Templin, he's making these hazies. He's making Ferda. He's really doing a good job. And then all of a sudden, he starts dropping these little lagers on everybody. He's got the Hellas lager. They started with the Keller beer, which is a beer that you'll find here this week. Keller beer is sort of their version of a Hefeweizen. It's wheat forward, really tasty, light, easy drinking. All of his lagers are. His lagers are fantastic. And that Keller beer is a really nice one. They also have 210 IPA, I think it's called. And that one is their base IPA. They actually came up with that. I think it's called 210. I'll look it up while I'm talking. But I think they actually came up with the lower IBV IPA. 210 IPA. So they came up with the 210 IPA after Ferda. Ferda was first. They went into the market with their double IPA and crushed it. just fucking crushed it with Ferta. You would go to the liquor stores there because you can only buy beer in liquor stores. You would go to the liquor stores there and you would not be able to find Ferta. And there would be like stacks and stacks of it. You'd go there one day, there would be stacks and stacks of it. Then you go there like Thursday or Friday, Saturday, and it would be gone. That's how good this really was. I mean, it's really, really good. So Ferta, look for that. That's going to be here. 210 IPA is sort of it's not like a dumbed down version of Ferta. It's its own IPA. It's very West Coast style, very citrusy, very tasty, clean. Again, with the hop layering, you're going to see a lot of flavors in there that you're not normally going to see in like a normally kind of brewed IPA. It's going to be different. So look for some of those fun, like wild, like stone fruit flavors, maybe some herbal stuff in there. 210, nice IPA. Really, really good. You'll find it on draft and in cans around town, along with Granary. This is their Keller beer. So this is what I was talking about. This is kind of their Hefeweizen, wheat forward, really refreshing, super tasty. And then the other one that you'll find here in town will be Albion. Albion is his Belgian style triple. So this is kind of a lost, sort of beer because a lot of people don't make triples anymore. You used to see them a lot back in the 2010s, and now you don't see them as much because people don't want big, heavy beers. But I'll tell you what, if you like a Belgian triple, get your hands on Albion because it is freaking magical. It's got all those big flavors of bubblegum and sort of cracker malt and all the other things you expect from a Belgian triple, that sort of candy flavor. And it's got all that. Plus, it's just a loaded beer. I think it's like 9 or 10%. And it just drinks smooth, super, super smooth. And I think you'll really like that one too. So just search out Albion. That's going to be in cans and on draft around town. Those are kind of the 4 they brought with them. I'm going to say to Kevin, though, he's a buddy. Man, bring some of these other ones. I would really love the Helles to be here, man. I love that Mukin Helles pale lager. That is like, I think it's my favorite beer they do. Squirrel, the Juicy IPA, which is their kind of Utah Juicy IPA. It's a 5%er. Really, really good beer. It's sort of, here it would rank more as like a pale ale. I think there it is a pale ale as well. Well, maybe they call it an IPA. But anyway, Squirrel, really, really good. The Czech Pilsner, God, I don't know if I like that better than the Helles or not. That Jarda Czech Pilsner, really, really good. He makes another Czech Pilsner. Man, I'm just going to talk about Templin here. He makes another Pilsner that he conditions in a foeder. So he went and bought a couple of foeders and he conditions a Pilsner in one. And it just comes out and it's so soft and so tasty and such a great beer. So we hope that you bring the Czech Pilsner along with the Pilsner that's aged in the foeder, Kevin. We'd really love to check those ones out. There's other ones that he does too. He's got a red pale ale. That's pretty good. Wicked Sea Party is the pale ale, the hazy pale. That one's a tasty beer. I really like all their lagers are just really, really tasty. All their hazies are really good. And so, yeah, if you see any of these beers out in the wild out there, go ahead, pick up Ferta, especially if you see Ferta on draft. Go ahead and get one of those because really it's just nice on draft. It's just a really, really tasty beer. Then 210, Granary, and then the other one, which was Albion, the triple. So, yeah, there you have it. Templin's Family Brewing here in Idaho now, thanks to Watkins. Our boy Noah brought them up, and we're really happy to have him here. I know I am. I like Templin's, and Kevin's a good dude. Maybe one of these days he'll come on the show and talk about his beers with us on the podcast because he's a great dude, good talker, and I think he's a friend of the show. I don't know if he's ever heard it, but what the hell, we'll sign him up. So that is my take on Templin's. Get out there and enjoy that new brewery. We're going to come right back with Friday Night Pints right after this. Patio season is here, and nothing brings down the vibe more than getting that bill at the end of happy hour when you're paying full price for pours. Don't be a sucker. Get a Boise Beer Buddies card. It means never having to pay full price with the summer patio season coming up. You need to save as much money as you can. Go to BoiseBeerBuddies.com, sign up for your Beer Buddies card, and save money at dozens of bars, restaurants, breweries, wineries, cideries, and more for just $20. What's that? You want to buddy up with a friend? Use my promo code BOOZEPOD at checkout and get one for your best buddy for free. That's a BOGO Beer Buddy. Be a buddy. Get your Boise Beer Buddies card today. Welcome back to the Idaho Booze Podcast. I'm Steve Kuntz, and we are in Friday Night Pints, checking out some new beers around the valley and in all of Idaho. I think most of these are probably all over Idaho. Well, a couple of them aren't, but I think the other two are. Anyway, Boise Brewing has a new double IPA called Roadhouse. It's Roadhouse double IPA. Pours light copper with a sticky white head. You get grapefruit, apricot, slight pine on the nose there with just a touch of graham cracker there on the nose. The hoppy flavor is well balanced with the sweet malts and the alcohol. And the beer has nice lacing throughout. That head sticks to the glass nicely as you're drinking it. The finish is smooth with a lot of fruity hops. A lot of giving apricot and citrus for the most part. And booze sneaks up. The booze sneaks up on you. It's only 8%, but it's there. You can feel it after you're done. That's a 8% 90 IBU. Boise Brewing Roundhouse Double IPA, found on tap all over town, and I would assume at Boise Brewing. Burt's Brewing has a new beer out. Sweet new cans from Burt's. Shaggin' Wagon. Pours lighter than it tastes. Golden yellow with a nice white head that sticks to the glass. Oh man, I get a lot of malt on this one on the first sniff. This sort of reminded me of like a 2000s IPA. Toffee, cracker vibe sort of on this one. A lot of malt. The hops come in as sort of piney with a blast of citrusy lime zest and just a little touch of lemon. The flavor is malty up front with those citrusy and piney hops coming in at the end to finish off the beer with a big hit of bitterness, which I like. Nice West Coast style IPA there from Burt's. 6.5%, 70 IBU, found all over town in those Shaggin' Wagon 4-pack cans. Really nice looking cans from Burt's. Again, their marketing, their graphic design, everything that those guys do, fucking on point. Shaggin' Wagon. Looks good. Try it out. Mother Earth had a couple of new ones on small batch at their downtown location. I assume they're at the Nampa location as well. The Wakumi Rice Lager. Nice and light. Really bright flavors of sort of lemon and I don't know what to call that rice. I guess it's rice flavor, but it's just that like bright kind of light flavor, crisp, clean, really easy drinking. Nice patio beer for sure. I think it was 4.8%, something like that. The Wakumi Rice Lager there at Mother Earth. Also, another small batch, the Pink Boots IPA. This one was sticky, very sticky, piney, resinousy with some citrus in there. I'd say grapefruit and maybe some lime. Not really that kind of stone fruity flavor that we've come to expect from some of these Mother Earth IPAs that have come out lately. But this one, nice and sticky, really tasty, good flavor throughout, really nice and bitter at the finish with nice bright hops all throughout. Really nice beer. Great job by the Pink Boot Society on that one. And I believe it's 6.6% alcohol and 66 IBU. And I found it on tap at Mother Earth downtown. You can probably find it out in Nampa as well. So there you have it for Friday Night Pints. That's going to do it. I'll be right back to wrap things up right after this. Heading out to the lake is great, and Treasure Valley Chevron is here to make that lake trip even better with a crazy selection of snacks, drinks, and stuff for your long weekend away. Need a lift for the road? With the Treasure Valley's largest assortment of energy drinks, energy shots, coffee, candy, sodas, and more, you can fill yourself up for the long trip along with your car. Looking for something more substantial? TVC has a huge assortment of snacks, chips, and more to munch on during your trek. Hit up Treasure Valley Chevron at I-84 and Gowan Road or Highway 55 at Beacon Light and see why TVC is your best stop for any trip. Welcome back. I'm Steve Kuntz. This is the Idaho Booze Podcast, and we are doing a new thing, Journey to Idaho Wine. This is going to be idahowine.substack.com. We are taking you with, I guess, the royal we. We're taking you with us. I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm taking you with me on my journey to discover Idaho wine. I'm writing an Idaho wine book. I want to take you guys with me. I want to do a big kind of documentary series sort of pieces. We'll do it like blogs. We'll do little video snippets. We'll do some audio. We'll do some interviews. We have a lot of fun, really awesome stuff coming up. We're going to go behind the scenes at some of these wineries. We're going to take really exhaustive and fun trips to just sort of see everything that's going on within the Snake River Valley. We're going to go up to Lewiston. We're going to go up to Ponderay. We're going to really explore Idaho wine and get to know the ins and outs of it as I write this book, Idaho Wine. And I want to take you guys with me. So idahowine.substack.com. It's $5 a month. It's not that much money. It really is going to be really cool. I'm going to do some really fun stuff on here. It's going to have a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you normally wouldn't see if you took your own tour or you went to the winery yourself. They're not going to take you back in the back. They're not going to take you and show you how they choose the grapes or whatever else we're going to do. I don't even know what we're going to do, but it's going to be awesome. So Journey to Idaho Wine, that's idahowine.substack.com, $5 a month, not asking a lot. Just go ahead and point your browsers over there and sign on up. And that's going to do it for today's show. I want to thank our sponsors, Warren Reserve. You can get that promo code, Idaho Booze 25. Save 15% on your purchase of $40 or more at warrenreserve.com. It's the best way to help the show if you really want to help the show out. That and signing up for the wine thing. But this really is the biggest way. warrenreserve.com. They're awesome sponsors. Their bitters are fucking-tastic, really, really good. So this month we're sort of pushing the ginger root bitters, but man, last month the Emmett cherry ones, I gotta tell you, I don't think I'd ever had them before, and they were like, hey, if you could try a couple cocktails with the cherry ones, that'd be great. I said fine. And I did, and I was like, oh my God, these cherry bitters are fantastic. They add so much flavor and so much nuance, and they're just really good. And it's like 1 or 2 dashes. So go to warrenreserve.com, buy a couple bottles of bitters, save some money with Idaho Booze 25 at checkout. And these things will last you for a little while. So it's not like you have to go buy them like every month or whatever. They're going to last you for a couple months. So check that out. warrenreserve.com, Idaho Booze 25 is the promo code at checkout. Save 15% on your purchase of $40 or more. Boise Beer Buddies, we have the BOGO Beer Buddy card available, $20. Put in the promo code BoozePod and you get a free one. That's awesome. Thank you to the Boise Beer Buddies. And then Treasure Valley Chevron, thank you so much. They have tons of energy drinks, lots of good stuff for you as you head up to the lake or whatever you're doing this summer or spring or whatever. Love those guys at TVC, and love you too. Thank you so much for listening. Really appreciate all the listens, all the downloads, all the comments, and all the emails. And you can email me, idahoboozepod@gmail.com. Get a hold of me on Twitter. That's at The Daily Beard. I think Instagram also at The Daily Beard. And then at Steve Kuntz on Facebook. You can find me also. I think we're at Idaho Booze Pod on the TikTok. So you can TikTok us at Idaho Booze Pod. And I'm sure I'm going to have some fun stuff up there. As soon as we get back to doing video, I got some new equipment coming that'll make the video part a little bit cooler. So we're excited for that. So thank you all for listening. I really appreciate everybody. And make sure you get out and try those new beers. And you know what? Good day and good drinking, everyone.